Welcome back, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, to the not funny show reviews. I am Jen Thépuppét, your resident Fabricant and comment extraordinaire on all things pop culture. And today, we're going to be reviewing the much anticipated season finale of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, coming to you from Disney+. So, was it good? Was it bad? And should you be watching? Stick around because I have opinions. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Episode 6, entitled One World, One People. Well, this is it, folks. It's for all the marbles. It's all going down in NYC and at the headquarters of the GRC, the Global Relocation Council. I think that's right. I think I'm saying that right. It's all going down. Everything was set up. It's finally time to face off with the Flag Smashers. And who's going to come to the table? Well, come on. You know what's going to happen. Captain America's going to show up. The new Captain America, Sam Wilson, Captain America. He's got wings this time, and not just on his like his helmet, like the comic book Steve Rogers, but he has actual wings. He can fly. Backing him up, his good old friend Bucky Barnes. Yes, they're friends. I don't care what they say. They want to just act like they're not friends. They're totally friends. Almost like brothers from another mother, I'd say. And of course, you still have Batroc the Leaper running around. Who the hell is the Power Broker? All this stuff is swirling around. And John Walker's coming up with his with his big garbage pail lid for a busted up fake ass Captain America shield. So all that's happening. Everything's coming to a head. It's all action, right? Right? Well, not quite. There's plenty of action. Everything you expect. There's smoke and bullets flying around, and people are harassed and people get beat up, and Falcon goes toe to toe with Batroc the Leaper. And I understand people are giving Sam a lot of shit for not immediately beating the hell out of Batroc. Let's just be reminded. Let's remember, Steve Rogers had to actually take a moment to fight this dude. Batroc the Leaper in the comics is one of the greatest martial artists on the planet, and let's just assume that's very similar here. Sam is not a lifelong martial artist. He's upped his fight game. He's not better than Batroc the Leaper. The fact that he did end up, keeping him, I guess fighting to a stalemate, that's a good thing, people. Don't sit there and talk crap about Sam because he hadn't spent his whole life kicking ass at Savate or something like that. Give me a break. So, but he acquits himself well with the Captain America, as Captain America with the shield and the new Wakandan-made Captain America suit, looking pretty spiffy there. Not sure if I like the color scheme so much, but hey, there's no denying that's Captain America, man. At the same time, Bucky he encounters Carly and just tries to talk her down. I feel like he knew it wasn't going to work, but for her sake, he had to try. And of course, that was all just a way to stall him while she really sent her people down to deal with the people in the GRC, which was the whole point. Carly wanted to either get them to do what she wants or kill them. And she very nearly succeeds. There's a lot of fun little stuff going on here. Just underscoring that something that Falcon will say later is that there are people all over the world who support these people, who support the Flag Smashers and what they're about. So what we get is an encounter on, I guess, a New York City street with Bucky having to do the tough duty. And again, people want to give Sam crap for not being able to immediately beat up Batroc the Leaper. Oh, well, what about Bucky, who can immediately beat the hell out of Carly, who doesn't seem to have any particular fighting skills? She's just strong. And the rest of the Flag Smashers, I would say that, Steve will probably have a much easier time than that. So if you're going to give Sam crap for not being able to immediately beat up Batroc, let's give Bucky crap for the same way. Or we could just say, hey, they were doing the best they could at the time. There's a lot of things revealing that Bucky is a changed man. They set the van on fire and try to barbecue some of the people, and rather than chasing after them, Bucky instead does the right thing and tries to free them. At the same time, John Walker rolls up and like, hey, I'm still here and I have a busted ass shield that I made at my house and it gets busted, but I'm still going to, well on you guys. And you know what? John Walker acquits himself pretty damn well. He's, at the very least, he's got the skills to pay the bills when it comes to being a super soldier and going ham on some terrorists. That said, this entire thing, let's not be confused. This action isn't about just kicking the crap out of bad guys. It's also about revealing who people are. Bucky reveals who he is. He's a hero. He doesn't want to believe that he's a good guy, that he's a hero. He's afraid that he's not, and yet he keeps showing who he is as a person. The Super Soldier Serum has revealed that he's not the Winter Soldier. That's not him anymore. He is Bucky Barnes, and he's a hero. At the same time, Carly Morgenthau, she is the monster that everyone says she is. Even if she's in the right, even if she's got some, good ideas, even if maybe she's got a point, she's still kind of a monster. And she's prepared to kill as many people as possible to make it happen. Kind of shades of the guy Peacemaker from DC, I might add. And her followers are willing to go with her even if they have misgivings. At the same time, John Walker, who are you, sir? What kind of man are you? This whole sequence gave him an opportunity to either be a bad guy or a good guy. A bad guy would have said, fuck the civilians, I'm going to go and get my vengeance. But a good guy throws all of his personal desires aside to accomplish the mission, the goal, to serve and protect. And in this case, what does he do? He elects to let Carly go in order to save a van full of people. Some of the same people who, maybe they didn't strip him of his rank, but they definitely had some kind of input on it. And he does the right thing. He reveals the person that he really wants to be, that guy that he was talking about when he's talking to Lamar. It's all about your actions, man. It's not just talking, it's action. And his action showed, I'm not irredeemable. I made a big mistake out of anger, out of grief. And I'm gonna do better going forward. I'm trying to be that man that Steve Rogers set the bar for. All around, really great stuff, really great character moments. But aside from that, what's Sam doing with all this? He's decided to be Captain America, even though Isaiah Bradley said no self-respecting black man would be Captain America. That's because Sam is his own man. And he shows it repeatedly throughout this. And his desire not to fight with Carly, he could beat her up, but he doesn't want to. That's not his thing. He could kill some people in here, but he doesn't want to. He saves that van full of people. He saves the helicopter full of people. A very telling thing about Sam as Captain America, why he deserves to be Captain America, is the fact that he trusts other people to step up just as much as he is stepping up. Make note of that. He is trusting that Asian woman in the helicopter. When he realizes she can fly, he is going to make a move to give her an opportunity to also step up and be a hero. That's what Steve is all about, is inspiring other people to follow his lead, to put themselves aside, and to make the right moves for the good of other people. That's what Steve's all about, and Sam carries that tradition forward. And it's very beautiful. I'm not sure how many people saw that, but I really dug that a little bit. The rest of the action is pretty straightforward. We do get some surprises. Well, maybe not surprises. Hey, who didn't see that Shara Carter is the power broker? It was pretty obvious for, many episodes now. She reveals herself and manages to stay, undercover because Carly doesn't call her out and she dies. So the only people that ever know who she is as a power broker is dead. And so she remains that way. She gets her pardon. She's going to be a double agent. She's going to be an underworld figure. There are implications that maybe I feel like the idea she may show up in other shows like Secret Invasion, like Armor Wars, all that fun stuff. They're just setting her up. If she shows up in the next Captain America, I'd be surprised beyond just a cameo, because Bucky and Sam have no reason to believe she's not on the up and up. And so they haven't discovered that just yet. But it is coming. John Walker, because he acquits himself well, he gets kind of recruited to what I will assume will one day be the Dark Avengers, but he is now a U.S. agent. Of course, that was completely, telegraphed. We knew it was coming if you know anything about the comics. And Wyatt Russell did not die, and he did not go to prison like I speculated he might have done, gone to the RAF. Personally, I enjoyed the heck out of his arc. He could have been more of a villain, but the fact that he's just a conflicted man that really wants to live up to the Captain America name, that works for me too. Bucky's arc, of course, comes back around. He is a hero, like I said before. But Sam's arc is really what's going on here. How he reckons with race and his place in American history. What's it like to be Captain America? To embrace it and then to exemplify it. It all comes together in my mind very, very strongly. Even down to his interaction with Isaiah Bradley, where he sort of explains but doesn't ask for permission from the old man, where you can see in my mind that he almost does actually win Isaiah Bradley over to his way of thinking, because even though the years of bitterness, he tries to do right. He tries to save Carly from herself. He tries to save the Flag Smashers from themselves. He tries to save John Walker from himself. And most of all, he's trying to save the GRC from making a big, terrible mistake by not really considering what's it like for the Flag Smashers and why so many people support them. And that maybe they have a point and we need to pay attention to what they're talking about. With a great speech, one of the best speechifying moments that will ever happen in the MCU, worthy of the name of Captain America, the way he can really kind of break it down and bring it down to the ground level and help the higher ups see what it's all about by comparing them to Thanos of all people. That was pretty epic. It was an epic speech. Really loved it. Really sealed in my mind that Sam is right and has been right to be Captain America this whole time, and I'm glad he finally embraced that mantle. And of course, one of the great things he did in this episode was righting the wrongs that were done to Isaiah Bradley by having him and his story included in the Captain America Museum as a monument to tell the truth about what happened to Isaiah Bradley and those 300 other black GIs who were sacrificed at the altar of American hegemony and of getting a super soldier to enforce American foreign policy. It was all very nice, very, very well acted. The emotional weight of all of that. Did you have a dry eye? I didn't have a dry eye. It was just wonderfully acted, well scripted, and I'd say that about this entire show. It wasn't always bang bang pow pow, super great moments at all times. A lot of it was setting those things up to pay it off. We don't get this episode without the previous episode setting everything up. We don't get the kind of catharsis, if you will, and the good feelings of seeing Sam back as Captain America, back in his hometown on the bayou with his sister and the community, with Bucky there. None of that feels as good if we don't have the previous episode. So I would say just overall, wonderful episode. Really enjoyed it. Loved all the action. Yes, was it a bit predictable? Sure. It was a bit predictable, but also it was very earnest and earned a lot. It earned its emotional beats. It earned its pop moments. None of it was cheap or whatever. And it had some good little fun stuff in the post credits. With Zemo and with Sharon Carter being the power broker while still being employed by the government. And of course we see Val, and she's starting to gather her Dark Avengers, her Thunderbolts. So much to be ready for. And of course we have the revelation that there will be a Captain America 4, and we presume it's going to be starring Bucky and Sam. So all very exciting stuff, all very wonderful things. This was, in my opinion, a home run for Disney Plus, a wonderful show that I think will bear rewatching. So that's my thoughts on the Falcon and Winter Soldier finale, One World, One People. What did you guys think about this episode? And what did you guys think about my review? Why don't you get down in the comments and let me know what you think? Also, if you want to hit me up, it's supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. We can chop it up about this great show, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and let's speculate about where this whole franchise is going into the future. And hey, are you subscribed to the Super Not Funny Show? What? You're not? What are you doing? Get down there, hit the subscribe button, and while you're down there, hit the notification bell so to let you know when we drop new content. And we're doing that every week. New reviews, new reactions, anything else that floats our pop culture boat. Like our Invincible cast, where we talk about the Invincible animated superhero show that's coming to you from Amazon Prime. You might want to check that out. Get down there and check out all our videos. All right, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, thanks once again for joining me for this review of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And come back next time as we start reviewing even more Disney Plus and Marvel stuff, any more superhero things. We're always reviewing cool new things in the pop culture space. Until next time, I have been Jen Thépuppét, your resident Fabricant and comment extraordinaire on all things pop culture. And I'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace!